This is a totally understandable question from somebody that doesn't live in the United States. We do things differently across different nations. I have questions about things that happen in other countries, and they have questions about things that happen here. And we are in the United States of America, that back to school period of time. And so this person, who I'm guessing doesn't live in the country, says, when does school start in the U.S.? My child still has 4 weeks of holiday. It's still the 15th of August. It depends on where you are in the United States of America. It does vary state by state and varies within the state sometimes as well. There's a generalized, like it's not, kids in Indiana start on August such and such, and kids in California start in October. It's not that varied. But to give you an example, so yeah, it's August 15th this week. My grandkids in Indiana started school because they start school a week ahead of Illinois. My son will start his high school on the 19th, Wednesday, August 19th. And then in Chicago, and I'm in the suburbs of Chicago, mind you, so I'm only 45 minutes to an hour from Chicago. My daughter goes to school, college in Chicago, but Chicago public school system does not start until after Labor Day. I think it's always after Labor Day. So for us in the suburbs of Chicago, and for a significant chunk of the state of Illinois, it's mid-August. The 19th of August, like I said, is when he'll start. It's mid-August, and that will run through like third week of May, second to third week of May, if they don't have any snow days. So sometimes if we have a lot of snow and the kids can't go to school, well, we used to have snow days. We're not doing school today, so we're going to tack that day on the ass end of the calendar. You know what I mean? Now, with the onset of every school gives their kids computers and Chromebooks and whatnot, now they have remote learning days. So if it's a snow day, if it sometimes they don't do school because it's too fucking cold. It's like 30 below zero. And they're just like, don't send your kids to the bus stops. We're not having school. We're going to do a remote learning day, and the kids will be given an agenda from their various teachers online, and they will be able to work on that on their own pace. But they got to get their work finished by the end of the day. They got to read what they need to read, do what they need to do, so forth and so on, so that we don't tack those days onto the ass end of the year and push the school year into June. I can't remember the last time school for us in the suburbs of Chicago pushed into June. I'm sure it's happened. I'm sure I'm just forgetting it. But when I say I can't remember the last time it happened for my kids, or the last time it happened when I was a kid and going to school in the suburbs. In Chicago, because they start later, it does go into June. So there's a variation state by state, but generally speaking, sometime between the middle of August and the first week of June, kids are going back to school across the United States of America. We're here where we're at. We're on full blown back to school. Yesterday we had the fall sports meeting with all of the parents for all of the fall sports. My son has already had freshman experience where they take the bus to school, even though it's not a school. They take the bus, freshmen take the bus to school, walk their schedule, kind of get a sense of what the high school's like, because it's a new school for them. And then they were all given their class of 2030 shirts, which class of 2030. If I could just pause for a minute, class of 2030. I was the class of 91. I mean, I didn't graduate high school. Had I stayed in high school, I would have been the class of 91. Had I not failed seventh grade completely and had to redo the whole fucking thing over again, I actually would have been class of 1990. But class of 2030. Anyway, they did all of that, and then next week, yeah, we're in school. People are getting their school supplies. They're getting their kids' last haircut before school day. We're into it, man. This is it. He's going to be out of the house starting next Wednesday, just less than a week. What time? What time of year do you guys start? You said 4 weeks. It's August 4. So you guys don't go back until the middle to end of September, huh? So do you guys then, if I could please, push this in? Does it push into well into June, maybe even July? Do you guys go to school as late as July? Because yeah, going back to the summer break. Sorry, somebody was texting me real quick. Going back to the summer break part, my kids are on summer break. My high school and elementary kids, college is different. My kids are on school or had been on summer break all of June, all of July, and half of August. That's their summer break, typically speaking. With a week in the spring for spring break, 2 weeks around Christmas for the holiday break. And other than like individual holidays or teacher institute days, I can't think of any other prolonged breaks. It's 2 weeks at Christmas. Oh, Thanksgiving week. They have the whole week of Thanksgiving off. So the whole week of Thanksgiving off, 2 weeks at Christmas, and then a week in spring for spring break, and then yeah, we're shutting this shit down like by May 17th through the 25th, somewhere in that range.